This is a tutorial on how to use Rialto Bridge to bridge your asset from BSC to Findora, and then use Forlend to supply your stablecoin, and then borrow more stablecoin from Forlend and then put it into FutureSwap. So it's a strategy that allows you to maximize your returns. So starting off with Rialto Bridge, this bridge allows you to transfer assets from BSC to Findora. Make sure your wallet is connected and make sure your wallet is selected as the BNB chain. Once that's done, you'll be able to see that it's from BSC to Findora. And then select USDT BEP20. The basic process is you select BEP20, you select the amount of money that you want to transfer through the bridge. The address, you just have to click on, I want to send funds to my address. That way you don't have to copy your own wallet. Unless you want to send this to some other address, you don't need to check this. Just enter the new address here. If you're doing a cross-chain transfer to the same wallet, just tick this and you're good. And after you're done, start transfer. And then you get the approval pop-up and then you get the transfer pop-up. So it's a two-step process. Okay? Once that's done, go to Forlend. Make sure you're on Findora mainnet. So go to your MetaMask and change it to Findora mainnet. If you don't have this, when it said wrong network, just click on it and it will force MetaMask to add the Findora network. Now on Forlend, scroll down and go to the asset that you just transferred, which is USDTB, because this is the BSC version of USDT. If you transferred from Ethereum, then it will be USDT.E. Now we click on this. We have 49.9 USDTB. Say we'll use $30 of USDTB as collateral. So we'll supply 30, press supply. You'll get a pop-up for MetaMask, confirm, and there we have it, the transaction is successful. We scroll up. Around my land area, you need to turn on USDTB as collateral. Otherwise, you can't borrow. Click on that. Use USDTB as collateral, and we'll have a borrowing limit of up to $24. So once we click that, we would have a MetaMask pop-up. There we go. We click confirm to enable the transaction. Wait a little bit for the blockchain to process. Great, enabled as collateral. So now we have enabled that. It depends on which one you want to borrow, but in this tutorial, we'll want to maximize our returns. So we'll do the USDTB because it's 10.49% of FLD reward. So we just supplied, right? So we're earning 8.52 on the amount that we've supplied. And once we borrow, we'll also make 10.49 from the borrowed APY. So we click here and we click borrow. We can only borrow 80%, so I'm just going to click max. So 19.2 USDTB. Click borrow. MetaMask will show. Click confirm and wait for the transaction to go through. There we go, transaction is successful. We've just borrowed 19.2 USDTB. Now that we've borrowed that, we can go to our next project, which is FutureSwap. Once we get to FutureSwap, we go to connect wallet. That would connect our wallet. Make sure, again, you are on the Findora mainnet. If not, the website will allow you to approve to add the network to your MetaMask. And now, in token, we can swap to USDF, which is also a stablecoin. So we click USDTB. This is the amount that we just borrowed. Well, we've borrowed around $19. We had about $20 left in our wallet. We want to swap 30 to USDF. We go swap, confirm, confirm. Now we wait for the transaction to complete. Transaction has been completed, so we just swapped to 29.9 USDF. Go to farm, and we can do a single staking on USDF, which will allow us to get 159 APR. Now we click stake, click max. I will recommend leaving only 2 digits at the end because sometimes it will cause bugs, but this is fine. Click confirm on MetaMask, and staking is successful. So what we did was we used USDTB and we supplied it, so we're eligible to earn 10.26. And then we also borrowed, so we're also eligible to make 12.59. And then with the borrowed token, we can swap it to USDF. And then in farm, we can stake it into the single staking pool and to make 158 APR. We're only working with stablecoins, so there's no impermanent loss. So in Forlend, if you want FRA, what you can do is you can supply more USDTB. So say I'm going to supply more, right? We're going to supply just $9 of it. We click supply, confirm the transaction. Transaction is successful, and now our supply balance have increased. Now we can borrow FRA. So say I'm going to borrow 1,000 FRA, yeah, because our maximum is about 2,000. So we borrow 1,000. We click borrow, click confirm on MetaMask, wait for the transaction to complete. Transaction is successful. We have just borrowed 1,000 FRA. Now we move to FutureSwap. So now we're going to try out the FRA USDF farm. So what we do is we borrow more from the stablecoin. Click borrow. Right, so we can borrow $3. Click borrow. Okay, so now we've borrowed 3.25-ish dollars. Now we go to FutureSwap. Right, we're going to convert that to USDF. So we got max, confirm, wait for the transaction to complete. Transaction is successful. Now we go to farm. We need to get the LP token for FRA USDF. There's a button here, get FRA USDF. Click on it. And we're greeted by VeneSwap. Now we're going to click connect wallet, MetaMask. And as you can see, there's our 3.26 USDF. I've had about 1,000 or something of FRA in my wallet already, but it includes the 1,000 that we've borrowed from Forlend. So now we're making a liquidity of 1,000 FRA with 2.55 USDF. Click enable. That would approve spending on FRA. And then click enable USDF. That would approve USDF. As you can see, it's slowly finishing the transaction. So it would show the supply button after the USDF goes through. There we go. So we can supply. Click supply. So we'll get 50.433 pool tokens. Click confirm. And we are done. Transaction is finished. So we've added 1,000 and 2.5 USDF. So come back to FutureSwap. In FutureSwap, click enable FRA USDF. Confirm the transaction. Transaction is successful. Click stake, and there's our 50.4 pool token. Again, I actually recommend removing some of the numbers at the back. Leave just 2 to be safe. Click confirm. Click confirm. Stake is successful. So we've staked 50.4. This is our total value. And we're now making 308%. Adding on the FRA and USDF are borrowed from Forlend, so we're actually making the borrowed supply as well. So this is a tutorial of using Rialto Bridge, using Forlend, and then using FutureSwap to complete a multi-platform yield strategy. Thanks.